Hey, I want to share with you some golden nuggets this morning, all right? I do a lot of videos in the car because I'm always on the move, man. You see what I'm saying? All right, so look, a huge shift for me was when I stopped asking what things cost, and when I started asking what does it cost not to do that particular thing. Like, what does it cost for me to not make this investment? And so I started not thinking about the cost, but thinking about what's referred to as the lost opportunity cost. What does it cost me to lose the opportunity? So I want to share with you a true story. This was about 9 years ago. Let me see, 2012. Yeah, it was about 9 years ago. And I had basically just gotten my pilot licenses. I was at my first job flying commercially, so to speak. I'm flying cargo in a relatively small plane, making no money, basically. Living at my aunt's house. I have $335 to my name. Seriously, that's my total bank account value, $335. And there's an up-and-coming job fair. Now, I had to fly the day of the job fair, and oh, by the way, the job fair entry fee is $84. Fortunately enough, the flight that I was supposed to operate canceled, and I decided to go to the job fair and pay the $84. Now, when I went to the job fair, I was number one, you should know I was not very much qualified to get hired by anybody that was there, because you needed at least 1,500 hours by all of the airlines that were there in order for them to consider hiring you. And of course, I only had about 700 to 800 hours, so I was maybe halfway there. But I knew that if I went and networked appropriately with some people that could potentially help me later on in my career, that one meeting there could link me up with the person that's going to help me later on in my career. And boy, did it. So let me share this story with you. I go to this job fair. There's a flight academy there doing a raffle. You know, you fill out a raffle ticket and they pull your name out of a raffle. Well, they pull my name out of a raffle to win a 737 type rating. Now, if you're not a pilot and you don't know what that means, it's basically about $15,000 worth of training that I won out of a raffle. An $84 investment turns into a $15,000 training reward. And later on, by the way, when I go to do this training, I realize that I genuinely like the instructional game. I like the training world. So I decide to stick around the training house, the schoolhouse there. They hire me as an instructor, and I go from making about $15,000 a year flying boxes to $80,000 a year, basically overnight, to deliver instruction. Furthermore, as I start to realize how much I do truly like instructing others, I start to spot some gaps in the industry, in the training specifically. And I begin developing a product which is now known as One Step Prep Professional Aviation Crew Training, video production, right? Video training. And basically, to make a long story short and condense it to a quick nutshell version, my $84 turns into me getting a $15,000 type rating and discovering something that I had inside me for instruction and constructing an entire business around it. So now I have a business that basically all stemmed from an $84 investment. Now the question is not what did it cost for me to go. The question is, had I not gone, what would that have cost me? And this has been the mental shift that has truly allowed me to expand. And I encourage you to do the same, to stop asking what does something cost, but rather, if I don't do this, what does it cost? So with that, I want to share with you the fact that I just recently put out a book. It's called Flight Plan. It's called Flight Plan because as a pilot, when we take off, we know exactly where we're going. Because there's a series of points en route that tell us not only where we're going, but how we're going to get there. And I feel like in life, too many people lack this flight plan. They don't have a true, clear destination, and moreover, they don't have a blueprint to even get them to that destination. So I titled the book Flight Plan because I very much believe these are the waypoints to get you ultimately to where you're going. Now, I'm not going to share with you where exactly you're going because I believe that mission is very much, it's personal to you. It's up to you what you're trying to accomplish. But I do know that regardless of what that mission is, there's two things that are true. Number one, it's very much going to be less about you and more about serving other people. I know that for a fact. That's what this wristband on a mission, whatever it takes, is about. And if you order the book, I'm going to send you one of these wristbands for free. And apart from that, I also know you're going to need to finance that. You're going to need to communicate effectively with others, and you're going to need to be in a place of mental fortitude to understand how do I bust down barriers that are going to pop up, because inevitably you're going to have barriers that will pop up. So this book is 235 pages. It's 80 lessons and 35 exercises. I highly encourage you to pick it up. It's $29 if you want the hard copy. I'll sign it and send it to you. Or it's $19.99 if you want the ebook version. And oh, by the way, I'm recording an audio program as well. So if you pick up the book now, maybe I'll throw in that audio program for you as well, just as a pre-order for the audio. All right, MunozMission.com/book is where you can grab it. MunozMission.com is my personal website. I very highly encourage you go there, grab the book. I'm going to throw in one of these wristbands, as I said. I truly hope that it helps you. And don't think about, oh man, it's $29. Think about what would it cost me to not invest $29 in myself. Because this is information, by the way, nobody can ever take for you. I just want you to know, I wrote the book very much for my 1.5-year-old daughter to teach her what I know the school systems will not teach her. I know 100% for sure, and I know this because I attended a public school system, and oh, by the way, I graduated a year early from high school because I couldn't stand the lack of real, true, practical information. Practical, applicable steps that I could apply in life. It was not delivered. So I graduated a year early to get out of that environment, finish up my flight training, and then begin studying what I truly believe to be the real world things that you need to know to go through life and win. And not only win for yourself, but win on a level where you can begin serving others. And that is the whole premise of this book. It's the focal point of this book. As I said, it's these 3 things: money, motivation, communication. And I want you to have the book. MunozMission.com/book. I wrote it for my daughter. I'm going to use it as a blueprint to teach her what I now know and continue to learn and grow. Have a teachable spirit, folks. Don't ever think you know everything. I'm going to use it for her, and I hope you use it for you and you use it for your family. All right, MunozMission.com/book. Hope to sign it and send it to you soon.